It looks good though, right?
You look great.
Great. Wildly
Okay,
great.
let's do it.
You want me
Welcome
to start?
to the Macaroni Rascals, everybody. It's another exciting episode. Mike Vecchione, Greg Stone. We're doing this via Zoom with Mike Suarez running the show. So any production questions, go to Mike Suarez. And
That's MikeSuarez.gov. Sorry, I was just plugging where to ask. You just got to
no,
tell him to talk to him and not tell him where to ask.
I want our fans just yelling into the air like wolves, like wild wolves. Thank you guys for joining us. We are psyched to be doing another episode. And Greg, you've had a series of cancellations, and let's get to it because I want to make sure that there's no hidden agenda here,
Is
and
there
that we're
bad
actually
blood?
doing it, and that Mike is actually recording this, and this isn't uh, fake news.
I have no evidence that this podcast as anyone has ever listened to it. I have never seen information about it. I've never seen a tweet. I've never tweeted. I've never promoted it. I probably shouldn't be telling you that. I should. I promote it.
You
But
backpedaled pretty quickly there.
tell
I
people on the
never
air.
promoted it. I promote it. It's like, Greg, I don't know what I'm getting with you. As a fellow, I understand that you're a rascal and your natural tendency is to be like deceptive. But, with me, you have to be straight up.
All right, I'll be straight up. Let's be straight up. This is
Okay.
straight up talk with Mike and Greg. All right? Can we get a sound effect for that? Straight up talk with Mike and Greg. Let's be straight up. Straight up, last week I had to cancel because I had the dreaded COVID-19.
Yes.
And you messaged me, are you sure you want to continue to do the podcast? And I said, I have the dreaded COVID-19 and I'm going to die. Straight up. And you said, I don't know what you said after that.
I said,
That's it.
okay. Because I thought you were faking an illness in order to get out of the podcast. That's immediately my go-to. But then other people were saying that you were actually sick, and then I reached out to you again out of
Yeah,
concern.
you did. Yeah, I did remember.
Out of concern. Because I thought you were faking it. You're faking it. It's typical Greg Stone, fake an illness, throw yourself in front of a bus type thing, dramatic. And then, so it's up to me to try to figure it out. Fortunately, my other podcast is investigatory. So I have the skill set in order
the
to
tools.
sniff these things out, Greg. You had COVID-19. Calvin has been an issue. Has Calvin been a bad boy? Does he need a spanking from Uncle Mike?
He's been a naughty little boy. Very naughty. Look at that tree, empty. Cause him.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was because of the supply chain.
Well, I'll tell you about the supply chain. So let me get back to this COVID-19 business here. I did tell you, and then a week later, you sent me what are you drinking?
Water, baby. Stay hydrated.
Good. And where are you at right now?
Chicago.
Ooh, Zanies?
No.
I was asking about your mental health.
That
asking about
was a good thing. Apparently, the virus didn't take away that sharp brain of yours, Greg Stone.
I spent Thanksgiving alone, and not a call did I get from another rascal. Alone, Michael. On Thanksgiving.
Well, I didn't know. I thought we would get on the phone and then you would cancel the call.
Let me tell you the saddest part about having COVID-19. The saddest part is now I can't use COVID-19 as an excuse.
Right.
I've been waiting for the prime moment to be like, sorry, dude, I'm out.
Yeah.
I got it. And now I really had it. I can't do it again this week. I got a lot of things I was going to bail on this week.
You can't do it again this week. You can't use it. You're going to have to come up with something else. Maybe lupus, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's.
What if I have singular sclerosis? I just got one sclerosis. Don't worry about it. It's only one. Some people get multiple. I have just a single sclerosis running through my body.
Okay, you know what? I think that's funny, Greg. Our MS fans are really they're wheeling away right now from this podcast. They're wheeling out of the room.
Do they melt? When you have multiple sclerosis, do you melt at the end? Is that how it just I just feel like it's a melting disease.
I mean, that's a good guess, Greg, but it's not melting.
I guess they would just call the melting disease the melting disease.
Right.
They wouldn't call it multiple sclerosis. They would say, this guy's got a case of the melts.
This guy's good. This guy's like a grilled cheese. All right,
Great. Swishing and sloshing.
Let's stop comparing let's stop comparing for a second diseases to foods. I know that's why people subscribe, but we have to move on, Greg. Okay?
Sure, I got lots of things on the docket. Or do you have
No.
something in the docket?
Why are you dressed like a unemployed Navy SEAL?
First of all, why unemployed? Because I'm fat? Is it a fat joke?
No, because you have the thing. You're an unshaved. You look like you're a guy who got back, a veteran who can't find a job.
I'm trying to hide my fat. I'm sure everyone does that joke. You wear camo to hide your sadness, that is your body.
No, that's actually a pretty good one.
All right, I'll put it
I don't think that's been done before. And if we had a
on the
sound
list.
effect, do you have the sound effects there, Greg? No,
He's back.
do you have them actually?
I have my mouth that can do them better than a machine. I'm no machine. I'm
No,
better
but
than a
where's the
machine.
machine?
It's in the other room. I'm in the living room here because
Oh,
Calvin stole the office, man.
Calvin
Calvin
took over
is
the office.
he took it. Now he lives there, and I like a little prick. And Matita, every night I see him on the monitor. He gets up and he goes, "Fuck you, man! My house now." He took my titties. He took my vagina. He took my office. He's taken everything.
Wow. Does he moon you on the does he do you have a camera in there where he moons you?
Yeah, he just bends over and shows me his ass, and that's it. That's it. That'll be top dollar for that.
That's pretty great.
But what
So
we talking
Greg, what
about?
have you been doing? Like you were sick. How was it for you? I mean, the fans want to know. I
Do
mean,
you
it's not often that a macaroni rascal loses his sense of taste, but you couldn't taste things, right? Was that it? Were you
taste it?
weakened?
No, taste was fine. I was able to taste things, or I wasn't, and I'm so much of a texture guy that I didn't realize.
Right.
That's what I'm battling with. I
Yeah.
didn't lose taste. I was out for 4 days. I had, dude, patient zero Omicron. That's who I am. I was patient zero Omicron. Maybe you heard of it. That's how I want to be brought up on stage. This next comedian was the first guy to get Omicron. Thanks for that laugh. Way delayed. It was a support laugh, and I appreciate it.
No.
Very bad.
Snuck up on me, much like the virus.
I didn't
Um,
sneak up on me. It was Dennis Rooney gave it right to me, right to my face.
you got it in Long Island?
I really was trying to make up a name, but I just said the name I made up happened to be a real guy from Long Island. He's a very funny guy. I tried to make up a name,
Greg, your
and I said
brain
Dennis
works
Rooney.
faster than your mouth.
Poor Dennis Rooney. That guy is getting a lot of phone calls now for giving me COVID. Poor guy. I haven't seen him in years.
So I actually did a show with him not too long ago. That's why I knew.
I love that guy.
He's great dude, Dennis.
Very
He's
funny.
a great dude. He's a big guy too. So
Oh, bigger than you'd think
yeah.
in the pants. That's what he showed me. That's how I met him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a
Sexy.
little wiener off. He said, "You want to do a wiener off? Not sexual. Just we'll see." And I showed it to him, and he said, "Equal size, but I win." Because of one of these, he was going to give me a punch in the face.
Right. That's a weird first date.
My brain is out today. I
Well,
hope
you
that's
can
okay
blame
with you.
COVID now. You can blame COVID. I can't. I have my wits about me. I've
Hmm.
been the guy rescheduling with you and then rescheduling you with you, and you say, I got family issues here. I got COVID here. Like you bringing up all the hot topic, whatever's in the news, you'll bring up. You're like, oh, I was one of Jesse Smollett's bodyguards. Maybe that's going to be the next thing why we can't do a podcast.
We need a hot take. First of all, yeah, I did take the Jesse Smollett case very seriously, and
Yeah.
I
And
haven't
were
been
you
able
one of
to get through my
Epstein's women
work.
too? Were you one of Epstein's women?
I'm one of his women. I was one of his accused. Not the accused. Man, I fucked that up, man. I meant one of the children.
Yeah.
I was one of the children, but I'm old now. Because he got me when he was 12. So the law
Okay.
doesn't do anything about that.
Well, I don't know if the timeline works on that, Greg, but fortunately, we can't investigate it. We don't have the resources for it.
You
What's
do.
going on with the tree in the background?
I'm celebrating Christmas this year,
Yeah.
unlike last year. We're gonna buy presents. We're going to hang on a second. I got my producer saying, no, we're not going to talk about it. But yeah, no, just a new tree, looking good. $45. You can get it in any store. What about you? Where are you in the Chicago? What club
In
you at?
Chicago, I was here and now I'm leaving to go to Florida tomorrow. I'm going to Florida tomorrow.
Hometown hero?
Hometown hero, and I'm doing. I don't know when this comes out, but I'm doing Meisner Park in Boca on Friday, December 10th. So I know it's
Boca.
not time for plugs, but you're getting it anyway.
Speaking of plugs, when did your new hair come in? Let me check my notes.
Okay. No, wait, my
That is
hair's
natural.
looking sick.
It is pretty sweet.
Looking sick.
Man, did you hear the new one of another Italian? Do we do a immemorial for Italians every week? We lost another Cuomo.
Yes, we
Isn't this
lost
something,
another
huh?
Cuomo. We lost another Cuomo
For helping out
for
family,
helping out his brother,
for helping out brother.
for helping a
Right.
brother, and they got him on it. You know?
Let me tell you this: someone calls me and says Mike Vecchione molested a horse. I'm with you to the death. I'm
Right.
fighting. I'm saying you're not. Even if you say I did, I go, well, then we hide the horse's body.
Well, would you send me an email? Because I
I
think
wouldn't do it
that's
over
how they
email.
get you now. If you actually helped, no one would be able to track that. But if you send an email, that's how they get you. They
Yeah.
through emails, and then if you CC somebody on it, then the more people that you CC on it, they know it. But he's out at CNN. Who's going to fill his spot? Greg, do you want to? I mean, are you up for that? They need another Italian who's
Yeah.
opinionated. So, are
Could probably
you
get Chris
going to
Pratt.
audition for that?
I've been sending tapes,
Yeah.
and they're not responding. But I just do the news. I try to do old news. You know how you do spec scripts?
Right.
I do a spec news. Like I was sending in videos of me reporting when Tower 2 went down. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, Greg here. Another tower. The devastation. Sadness reigns. And so far, no calls.
All right. Well, give them a chance. They're
I
gonna. They
know.
need. They need one of us. They need another Italian to replace him.
What would you do? What's your, do you have an audition tape lined up?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go in a suit and I'm gonna come at him like I'm a straight shooter.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
I'm a straight shooter. I'm not doing a specs. I'm not doing old news. I'm doing I'm doing the news that's happening right now.
Give me a straight shooter.
What's going on the streets?
Give me one. Want me to give you a
Smollett.
headline? Smollett.
Smollett.
What's happening with
Everybody thinks
Smollett?
he's guilty. I don't. I
You
think
don't.
he's guilty of being a great actor, and you win an Oscar for that. You don't go to jail. Sorry.
What if we found out 2 years from now a movie comes out about an actor who lied about being attacked, and Jussie Smollett was just doing the research, and all of this was preparation for a movie? That's the
Yeah.
only way he could swing this around.
Yeah. People don't know what's inside the mind of actors. They don't. They're out
Mm.
there. They're working their job. Like you're Greg. You dress like you work on the docks. You know.
Well, if I could see the way you were dressed, I'd have a great rib on you too. I bet you have a nice pair of giraffe pants on, you stupid zoo animal.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
Hell of a comeback. Great looking water.
No. Back. So that's happening, and but no, my that would be my audition tape. Come like just cut to different things. I'm very cutting. I like very cutting and very I like his arrogance too. I'm that.
Yeah. All right, let's find out. Greg Stone uh, gets in a divorce. That's the news. Report it to me. What's the.
I
Edit
always
that
do
then.
the earpiece thing.
Of course.
This just in. Breaking news. Greg Stone devastated. Tita has taken the baby and the tree, and she has left Queens. I repeat, Tita has left Queens. Greg Stone is on suicide watch now in Astoria, next to a parking garage that just opened and a coffee shop that now serves $5 lattes because the neighborhood is up and coming.
First of all, just hearing that broke my heart. I thought
Yeah.
I could take it, but then
Yeah.
Tita taking the kid into the divorce, this is too heavy for me.
Right.
Two, if you think you can get a latte for $5 in this town, that's a deal.
Is it?
Oh, an Astoria latte, that's going to run you $7. And if you
No way.
tip,
I pay $7 for coffee, dude. I
bro,
won't do
for
it.
real.
I won't do it. $7 for coffee. I just go without. I'm addicted to coffee, like a psycho. Like I'm really addicted to coffee. You charge me $7 for coffee, I get off coffee. I figured out another way, Greg Stone.
Let me tell you though, but if you go to Zorba's, coffee, $1.50, still unlimited refills. You just go to the diner, man. The diner will give you as much coffee as you want.
I love Zorba's.
Me too. Hungry Man Omelet. What's up?
Hungry Man Omelet, dog. That's the news. That's what I'm
This
talking
is the
about.
news.
They throw everything in there. The Hungry Man Omelet. I miss Astoria Zorba's, baby.
Well, come here.
I can't
Come
come
back.
there.
We miss you.
No, you hurt me. You hurt me. You hurt me with your lies and your excuses, Greg. I know you have a family now, an emerging family, but What about your other things before your family, your other responsibilities? You didn't care.
Friendship,
You
Hungry
didn't
Man
care about the
omelets.
Rascals. You
The
forgot the
Rascals
Rascals.
wasn't invented yet. First of all, first of all, first of all, weren't even a thing yet. I've been hunting you down
Remember
trying
when
to
you
do a
told me
podcast
that
with you
Tita
for
was
years.
pregnant? Remember when you told me? Remember what I said to you? This is going to ruin us. Remember that?
I do remember that. And I said, no, we'll fight. We'll fight. Fight Rudy, fight. From the famous movie Rudy. Okay? That's what I said. And I still fight. I still fight. I fought COVID-19 for you. I fought a baby throwing up 5 hours ago and having to clean him up while my wife was ripping her hair out.
Greg,
I'm
what
here
happened to you?
with
What
Jackson
happened
now.
during COVID?
Well, the
What
disease or
happened
just
to you?
I got very sick. I spent Thanksgiving alone, and then no one would see me. No one would see me. No one wanted to see me. And then I got better, and all of a sudden everyone's back, right? They
Right.
love you when you're up. They hate you when you're down. You know, when I'm down, I'm sick. No one wants to come over. No one wants to, look at my mail or help me clean my fruit because I'm cleaning fruit because of the COVID. Now I'm back. Everyone wants to see me again. Bunch of fucking fair weather friends.
You felt abandoned, Greg?
I did, and I do. My kid left. No kid.
No kid. Did
No
you
kid.
finally get some sleep?
No, I don't need it. I
You
never
don't
will
need
and never
sleep.
did. Never did, never will. Never did, never will. How about that?
I think that's great. You're anti-sleep. You're the first guy to come out anti-sleep.
Yeah,
You said
I almost
sleep
said
is for
something really
softies.
stupid.
You said that. Sleep is
I
for softies.
I actually haven't slept in I think I slept 3 hours last
Right.
night, and I feel so crazy right now. I'm trying to maintain. I hope I'm having a good.
I think that's a Beyonce song.
I wanted to run a joke by you.
Well,
It's so bad.
can you
Oh,
respect that I said that was a Beyonce song? Crazy right now. I
oh, I
mean, Greg,
respect
do I
it,
have to?
and I love it.
I don't know. Did you lose your sense of
Yell at me,
humor
scold me.
along with your sense of taste?
I,
I'm
mm,
trying to do a comedy show here, Greg. You want to help me?
yeah, but what about this? A T-shirt that says "Whom farted," not who, whom for the grammar for the people who are high level and the people who are at low level.
Greg,
Whom
just when I
farted?
thought that you've lost it, you bring it back hard. That's great. Whom farted?
Whom farted?
I mean,
For
that's
the
fantastic.
grammar
I mean,
Nazis.
our fans are really going to love that one.
Whom farted?
So I'm in Chicago, Greg, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been eating every meal at the Cheesecake Factory. It's 20 degrees here, and the Cheesecake Factory is the closest thing to this hotel, and and it's freezing. It's really cold. So
Yeah.
I've been eating every meal at the Cheesecake Factory. And the Cheesecake Factory, let me just say this, is amazing.
It is.
It's
Enough
amazing.
is enough. Enough is
No,
enough.
enough of
It's
people
great.
talking bad about the Cheesecake Factory, and they go, "It's like Applebee's." I'm like, "It's not like
What are you out of
Applebee's,
your fucking
and it's
mind?
not like the Olive Garden. It is unbelievable."
It is the best version. Let me tell you, this is the analogy I'm going to make for you. Cheesecake Factory is the Seinfeld or 30 Rock of sitcoms. Most sitcoms suck, okay? But sometimes people put the heart in it, and they give you a meatloaf that's always on the menu,
Right.
is delicious with a great mashed potato, and 900 other things.
It's unbelievable.
Do you ever when you go to
They
Cheesecake
have
Factory?
breakfast there, Greg. Do they? They have breakfast.
All day breakfast.
All
day.
day breakfast. Their menu is, I mean, it's a Bible. It's a food Bible.
Next time you're in there, when the waiter comes up to you, are you there tomorrow?
Tomorrow? No, I'm leaving. I'm leaving town now. I did my last. I took a lap around the Cheesecake Factory after my last meal, and I was like, "You guys have been great. Thank you so much for coming out. Follow me on Twitter."
Did
I
you
just
high five everyone like your wrestling match? Like
I
you're
mean,
running
it
to
was
the.
unbelievable. And you're not going to make fun of my wrestling matches, Greg, okay? Because I did pretty good in high school, and I would celebrate it.
I think this is a TV show that we need to have. Okay, where you do your sports, you wrestle me, and then on my day I rollerblade you, right? So we see who
Yeah.
the better wrestler is, who the better rollerblader is. Then the third episode we wrestle in rollerblades. That's how you know who the ultimate champion is.
Is that what the show's called? The Ultimate Champion?
Yes, the ultimate champion with Mike Vecchione and Greg Stone, and we decide who the ultimate champion
But
is.
Greg, I like that you went extreme sports. Like I'm doing an actual sport, an Olympic sport, and you do an extreme sport, rollerblading.
Yeah, it's extreme. So I don't know if you're trying to insult me or insult yourself. That sentence is an insult to yourself. That your sport isn't even extreme. It's weak. You even wrestling with that. No punches allowed. You could punch anybody in rollerblading.
Can you?
No one ever said that. It's not in the rules.
There's
Fighting's
rules for
allowed.
rollerblading?
Yeah. Be cool. Hit that shit. Rule 1,
Yeah.
be cool. Rule 2, hit that shit. Rule 3, size of your jeans doesn't matter. Rule 4, just because it's free doesn't mean you need to eat all the pussy. Rule 5, bring water.
You
Because
guys stay
hydration is very
hydrated?
important.
Greg,
Got
you
to,
stay
brother.
hydrated?
And lubricated. Water for the body, lubricant for the wheels. What ABEC are you rocking on your bearings? I go ABEC 5, Killer Bees. What kind of
Can you
bearings do you have in wrestling?
can
What?
you still rollerblade pretty hard, Greg?
Yeah, pretty hard. Pretty hard. But it's hard because I'm married. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't want to just like, I have to get a stick. You get rollerblades and I got to get a stick because I got to hit all the women who are coming after me. You know, the blades make you faster, but when they're so passionate about a hot rollerblader, they run faster.
Yeah.
So I have to continually hit them in the face with a stick
Right.
so they won't come in my house.
Women are chasing you because of your rollerblading.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty lubed up, so I go pretty fast.
You go hard.
I gotta go hard.
Wrestling is not the ladies usually don't get excited about it. It's just a sport for men, and a lot of men don't even like it. So
Right.
it's a very niche sport.
I kind of love it, but I thought you were coming at me, so I had to go hard on you.
Yeah, you went really hard on me.
Because
You came
wrestling
down.
is just jujitsu, and everyone's like, I don't like wrestling, but you like jujitsu? Same stuff, guy.
Every fight ends in a wrestling match. You ever hear that one?
No, but that's really good information to have.
It is good information, unless you can knock somebody out with one punch, which is very rare. I mean, probably with your power, Greg, and
Right.
rollerblading abilities, you could knock somebody out with one punch. But most people, it ends up in some kind of a scuffle, and it helps
Mhm.
to know what's up, to know where it's
But
at.
I used to go follow the rule. Every fight ends in crying and yelling at your wife. Okay, because she's always like, "You shouldn't have went that far. Now we're on the road." What
How
the
does
fuck?
Tita feel about your rollerblading?
Are you crazy, man? She can't
Is
even watch me anymore because
is
she
how
just like,
aggressive you are in rollerblading directly correlated with how much health insurance you have?
yes.
Is that something?
It's funny that this is what you're saying, but the reality is, I stopped rollerblading last year when I fell and I broke my wrist, and I didn't even go to the hospital. But I'm pretty sure it broke because it still hurts. Look at this. Ow. Look. Ow. Ow. Still.
You don't even need Greg, you telling me you break body parts and you don't go to the hospital?
Why would I? I'm not some kind of coward chump.
Yeah.
I even got the insurance.
You even
I
have the
go.
insurance?
I have insurance. I got Tita's health insurance. You know.
Nice.
I go to the hospital with my broken wrist, and I went, look at this. Not even gonna get it checked out. See you guys later. See you, and I say a slur later, not a racial slur. Whatever the person is, I'll make a slur to what they are.
Right.
I change it up.
You make it
You know what
specific
I mean?
to them.
I make it specific to what they are.
Right.
Austrian, maybe homosexual.
Well, it depends where in the hospital you are. Maybe if you're in the ear, nose, and throat section, maybe a slur
Yeah,
towards one of those body parts.
you call them the nosies. I'll see you nosies later. Yo,
Greg,
earheads, shut
that
up.
that joke seemed like it was off the rails, and we brought
Uh-huh.
it right back to Practical Town.
like I I know I need you today. I'm way off the rails. So
I'm
I
way off the
appreciate
rails, and I'm a little groggy. I mean, we're doing this at midnight,
you're a
so
little groggy, I'm a little greggy. Sorry.
that's
Some
fantastic.
I have to say.
No, that's fantastic. And I'll tell you something. If we had sound effects and that Calvin wasn't in there hoarding the sound effects,
Yeah.
that would have got at least a drum cymbal thing, like a boom boom. It would have been great.
Come on, Ultimate Champion. We should pitch this as a TV show.
Ultimate Champion.
Ultimate Champion. Can I pitch you another idea to this show, another part of
Sure.
this show that I think is good?
This is
So
quickly becoming Shark Tank.
I think this podcast should be about you and me trying to make money in the industry of comedy by selling a TV show that we create together.
Well, how does macaroni fit into that? Can we somehow make macaroni fit into that?
Let
We
me ask you one
celebrate
question.
with a big meal.
I was gonna
After
say,
every episode, we celebrate with fresh pasta.
pretend you didn't say that. Just
Okay.
pretend. And now I'll say this. Let me answer that with a question. What does every champion eat after they win? Big macaroni. So you did the joke and I did it too. But I wanted to we both do it
Okay.
because I felt the same. I think that is how we get macaroni in. Champions eat macaroni. At the end of every Ultimate Championship episode, we eat a big bowl of pasta
Right. And
as
celebrate.
friends again. As friends again.
Celebrate. So you think
Because
I
it
win? I think you think I win in wrestling, and you win at in rollerblading, which I didn't
yeah.
know until this episode was an actual sport.
Well, it depends on how many rails you could grind, but I don't think you could grind that many. I'll grind a
I
bunch. But
can't.
yeah, but then who wins in the rollerblading wrestling match? That's the twist.
Yeah. Well, I can't stand up on rollerblades, so I
And
don't think I've never rollerbladed before. So you've wrestled before. I've never rollerbladed before.
I've never wrestled. Let me tell you this: I've never wrestled before. We will both. The first 3 seconds of you rollerblading goes the same as me wrestling, both in tears. Just two guys in tears saying, "Ow, my butt! Ow, my butt!" Because you fell on your butt, and I got hurt on my butt through your crazy moves.
Well, I think I'll get more hurt rollerblading than you will wrestling.
You're gonna break my neck. You're a goddamn stone cold killer. Everyone knows
No,
it.
I'm not a stone cold. I haven't really wrestled in about 20 years, 30 years.
It's not the moves. It's the passion. You're a killer.
All right. Well, thank you for the Rocky speech.
To fight me, I'm
It's
bouncing you up to beat me up. God, you can do it. He's a pussy. He's a coward.
So,
Grab me
Greg,
by the
did you miss your
mustache.
family when they left? When they left you, was it like a walkthrough for when they really leave you? Is that what you felt like?
Oh wow, man.
I mean, I'm using show business terms, but we do a walkthrough and blocking sometimes when you're trying to choreograph a scene,
Mm-hmm.
and them leaving you. Did it feel like that for you?
Yeah, it did. It felt like I was a single. I think it felt like I was a single dad. This is what single dad life is: eating a Thanksgiving for one. That's what was on the menu.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving for one. That's what it was said, and I got it, and I ate it alone like a single dad. Who
Well,
I
Greg,
should have slept with that secretary. Hmm?
you shouldn't have. But what about our fans who were alone? We haven't dropped an episode in a while, and they were probably wondering what was going on between the Rascals. And what do you have to say to them, Greg? Like, talk to the fans right now. Look at them and talk to them about an episode not dropping because they need this. They need
Right.
this episode.
Right. So what I would say to you is go to Greg F. Stone, the Stone Zone, patreon.com and subscribe for $15, where I do every episode of Macaroni Rascals without Mike. I do an impression of Mike. So I've been stealing your IP lately. I hate to I accidentally said it. I should have said it. I've been doing the podcast without you. I don't need you because I can do you.
You've been doing Macaroni Rascals with that. You've been doing a secret Patreon,
Yeah, I have a picture of you that I get like moving lips on,
right?
and I just do the voice. And no one has noticed. Everyone's been like, Mike has never been funnier.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a doll, and then with a face,
It's a big paper cutout
right?
that I have of your face, and I cut the lips out, and I use my butthole as your lips, and then I just do voiceover for the talk.
That's
And
pretty
I
crazy.
say jokes you say.
Do you cancel on him too?
Yeah, that's everything. You win, old friend. That's how we do a joke off. You go until someone can't say anything, and I put my king piece down on the bar. I go, surrender. What do they say in chess when you cancel or when you quit? I secede to the union.
Secede. I don't
secede.
know. I never played chess.
We used to play chess. Ultimate Champion. You and I play chess against each other.
You know how to play chess?
I don't know. Maybe, sure. How hard could it be? It's plastic. It's wood. It moves.
Yeah, there's rules, Greg. It's called rules. Something that you're not familiar with because you're a rebel and you just play by your own rules. But that's not what chess is, Greg. So, Greg, you come out of it. You come out of the COVID. You got your family back. How's it feel?
It feels good, but can I take one step backwards?
Yeah.
So sorry to just bring this up, but I think this is a very Seinfeldian joke. But whoever says I play by my own rules, they act like it's a cool thing. But playing by your own rules, anyone I've ever seen who plays by their own rules, they're always like, yeah, I get 1 million rebounds, and those don't count. They're never cool people. They're always people who don't count strikes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or they hit the ball off of a T-ball. That's the people who play by their own rules.
Or
play
heroes.
by your own rules.
People who are badasses, Greg. And
never.
Yes, they do. People who solve crimes without the cops, those people play by their own rules. The cops have to go through a bureaucracy and paperwork and
Mm,
report to a lieutenant. If you're solving a crime without the police, look, I have some experience with this, Greg, so I hate to
yeah,
take
of
rank on
course.
you, but it's like if you're solving a crime without the police department, you're playing by your own rules. And people love that. People love it, Greg.
I don't love it. I love rules. Hulk Hogan rules. Greg Stone rules. Pizza rules. But I don't like.
Stop repeating what it says in your bathroom.
I secede.
Nice
I
to be
secede.
here. It's great to be here.
It's great to be here, ladies and gentlemen. We got home base checking in right now. I'm over the. I was going to do this whole episode and say I was over the pond. And go, "Oh, Mike. Hello, Mike. I'm over the pond. I'm over the pond here today.
Hey, Greg,
This is English Gregory." What?
Did Omicron give you an accent?
It did. It gave me this little accent. I'm over the pond today. That's why we're not together. I'm over the pond in the great state of England. It's a state of mind. It's a state of being. We're here. Eat a biscuit. It's Gregoroni Rascals, where I'm British. We should do British Rascals. Can you do
British
British?
Rascals. We can barely schedule American Rascals, Greg. Okay, it's been a struggle. And
Hello.
it's been very
Very
hard
well.
on me. It's been very hard on me, Greg.
Very good. Here's my good friend Pennyworth. They always have like a Pennyworth guy, right?
Right.
What's he up to?
Well,
Must be
he's up
him.
to. He probably is getting his pocket watch repaired.
They love that shit over there. They think it's the 1950s over there in England.
They really do. I've never been to England, but I've seen documentaries on it, and it looks very old timey over there. Have you
Right.
been to
Yeah,
England,
you check
Greg?
it.
Have you been to
No.
England?
I'm over here now. I'm over the pond. I'm over the great pond with
But that's
George
really what.
Harrison. What? Sorry.
That's really where this country was based off of.
England?
Yes, we're really based off of England. I know we're all different ethnicities.
Right.
Ours being a saucy, boot from
Mm.
from the boot, but this country was really it was all coming from England. That was our colony, man. That was our main one. So while we are Italians,
Mm-hmm.
our bloodlines, we've got to respect England, man.
Did I ever ask you this? Did I ever ask you this question? What did what the Canadians say when he saw the map of Italy?
What?
What's that a boot? What's that a boot? Whom farted, ladies and gentlemen? $9.99 if you buy 50. If you buy 50, they're $9.99. You buy one, $20. That's not a boot. Anyway, I cut you off to do that. That's a British joke. That's the kind of
That
jokes we
was a good
make
one.
over here
Our
in
fans
England.
appreciated that, Greg. Our fans
We should get
appreciated
you.
every bit of it.
I want to get you a fan meter so you can constantly tell me where the fans are at. I love you're so plugged into the fan base. Hardwired
Well, it's
into the
important because
system.
that's why we're doing this show for them.
Mm.
You know. So all I have to talk about is my Cheesecake Factory experience, and I'll tell you something about what's going on in my world. Miss Katie Hannigan makes a different meal every night. She went into it being like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm going to try some stuff that I see on TikTok." This girl can cook, man.
Ooh.
She can really cook. Tell Tita there's a new sheriff in town. Okay, I don't know what Tita does in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and not that all women have to cook because clearly they can do other things like be astronauts, according
Sure.
to Super Bowl commercials.
Yes, see how that happened. The Challenger. Real good when they did there. The Challenger, which again was taken out by the mob. So I don't know which way do I lean. That it was because a woman was on board, or because the mob took them out.
Hey,
I'm torn.
Greg, do your tape from Chris Cuomo. Chris Cuomo's job. This is the CNN anchor, the Challenger. Go ahead.
Hello, mate. It's me, Greg Stone, new anchor. A building just, a hot plane, a space plane blew up. The woman did it. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. And then they just fade out.
Right. That's solid.
Yeah, that was a little Australian because I'm trying to get better at acting.
Yeah.
So I get Australian roles.
I think you're great. You're in the moment. You're in the
You-
moment, Greg.
You think Judd Apatow ever went up to his? Does Judd Apatow ever do this joke where he just goes up to somebody at a diner and puts a piece of bread down and goes, "You got the role," and then leaves? you want to be in my new movie, Judd
I mean, I
Apatow?
I think you should pitch that to him, and it's not a thing that he could use in a movie, but it's a thing he could use in everyday life. And
Right,
I
a
think that
diner
it's
bit.
important. It's important that these famous people like can use stuff in everyday life. You got the role. I mean, that's
That'd be the
cool.
greatest way to ruin a relationship with Judd Apatow. You know, it was like there's two parts in life where Greg one day has a conversation with him, and he goes, "I want to make your life a story, and you $1 million." And there's another one where I go, "I got to tell you this role bit," and he goes, "You will never look at me again. You will never." A magazine opens with my face on it. I know people; they'll cut your eyes out if you look at it. Take your role and shove it up your ass.
That's pretty solid. So,
Hannigan's cooking. How do we get
Hannigan,
off of that?
I don't know. You brought us back though. Thank you. Hannigan is a great cook. Turns out she's a great cook. She blows me away with the meals, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really she tries different things. She's not afraid to take chances in the kitchen, and just every meal is like top shelf gourmet.
Really, what she made?
I don't even know the name. She's big into soups. She makes all kinds of different
Oh, please,
soups.
of course. You just put water and you throw anything in there, you got a soup.
All right, Greg.
That's not hard.
Okay, you don't minimize it. You don't minimize these. This is gourmet soups.
Gourmet soup, salt,
Gourmet
pepper,
soups.
rice.
There's always a rice element to it. Yeah,
You
there
know,
is,
some
even though
kind of
we're
meat,
watching our carbs.
some meat lumps. You throw it on the stove. That's soup.
Hey, she did get real with me the other day. She goes, because I was steady losing weight, and then over the holidays I kind of went bananas, and she was like, you put on a few. How do you tell your partner that? She did a good job of it. She goes, I think you put on a few.
What you
That
never
immediately got me fasting, and I dropped it
the move is, man, we should go to the gym
together.
because yeah, we've been gaining weight.
Right, right.
And then she grabs you by your muffin top and goes, "I love this about you. I love this. This is what I do when Tita gains weight. I go, you know what I love about you is you're a fat bitch, and I love fat bitches." And then she goes, "What?" I go, I love a pig. I love a woman who's so overweight, I want to vomit. That turns me on because you're giving them a compliment, but you're also telling them something about themselves.
Is that a compliment, Greg?
Yeah, because
A lot
I
of our
love it.
female rascals would beg to differ with that.
Let me tell you this. This is crowd work that ever goes. I go, "Hey, honey, you are so pretty. I love a ugly bitch." And the crowd usually will turn on you right there. But how good are you to get yourself out of it? I love a ugly piece of melt. Are you a melt? Do you have melt disease? Do you have melt disease? Because you look like you're melting, and I love it. I get turned on by melt disease.
Well, Greg, anyway, that's pretty solid.
Thank
But
you.
she,
You grade
she
my jokes like we're still in school.
no, I like it. But
It's solid contribution. Sorry, go ahead.
she said, I think you put on about 10. I flipped out. I go, 10 pounds? You think I gained 10 pounds? She goes, or I don't know. I'm not a good judge. Then she dialed it back. She's like, I'm not a good judge of what weight, what is what. So I know you put some on though. So I immediately fasted the next day and tried to get it back.
There's
There's nothing like that'll make you that gives you a nice eating disorder. Somebody going,
Is that
you're
why
a
she's
little.
cooking? Is she trying to control your intake?
Well, no, it was my birthday, and she
Your
made me.
birthday?
It was past
Happy
and
birthday.
long past, Greg.
Oh,
You wish
I
me
got
happy
you.
birthday.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, thank
I
God.
think you
I'm
did.
very big on birthdays. I get so happy that you're alive more. Every time you're alive more, I get happy.
Well,
That's not a joke.
no.
No, I wake up in the morning, and if I were to hear that you had been shot dead in front of a hotel in Fifth Avenue, I would cry. I want to
Right.
be like George Harrison, where I'm like, "Oh, we just passed from spirit to body to somewhere else." I'd
But
be
Greg,
like, "No, I'm sad as fuck."
would you do a full investigation if I was shot in a hotel on Fifth Avenue? Like you brought up some weird facts of me being shot in front of a hotel on Fifth Avenue, and then
Mm-hmm.
as the other rascal that's still alive, would you investigate? And the bigger question is, would you play by your own rules?
First of all, two things. One, they need to investigate my death. You die, I blow my brains out, and we do Rascals in heaven. Okay? If I get in. But you got to talk to somebody. And then we get an investigator in heaven. That's another show.
Well,
Heaven
listen, Greg,
investigators.
I have something to contribute here. You get to heaven. I'm already there because I was shot in front of a hotel
Mhm.
on Fifth Avenue.
On Fifth
You get
Avenue.
to heaven. I go, Jesus, can you pass my friend Greg Stone? And Jesus looks at me and goes, we'll pass him for late night.
I can only be in heaven after everyone else, all the good heaven people have gone to sleep.
Yes. I'm sorry, Greg. I'm
That's fine.
sorry.
That's fine.
That was a
Do
good
you
one.
Heaven should that was a good one. Heaven, you have to get recommendations from 3 people who are there, but they're all
Send us
people
a
who are the main
tape.
show.
Send us a tape.
Send us a tape. What's your audition tape for heaven?
Well, you know, I've been one of my passions, and the people who know me on this podcast actually know that one of my passions is near-death experiences. I love
Mhm.
reading books about them. I love watching testimonials and stuff. So, yeah, they have people cross over, and one of the things, you know, you go through, you see a beautiful light, you go through a tunnel, and then what happens to everybody is they're usually greeted by people, and then what happens is they do a life review where they
Mm.
take you're in a room and it's like surrounded by like what screens or something like that, and it's like the moments of your life are playing out and you get to watch them and you get to kind of you evaluate how you evaluate your choices, and they're real big on there's no judgment, but you feel how you made other people feel.
What if I started watching it, if they put on that tape, and I just started masturbating? And I go, this is the sexiest show I've ever seen. Because my life is pornography for most other people because of how good I live.
Right.
That's not a good one? Oh, come on, man.
I
Gabriel, I
think
start masturbating? I
that
know
would
we're not
definitely
supposed to be
make it.
going blue, but I'm blue again. I'm back in blue. That's the name of my next album, Back in Blue. And I just talk about jerking off in buttholes for 1 hour.
Well, they do that. They see that. They probably go, this guy lived. And now, and now he's doing it's an incredible move, Greg. I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, because we'll watch some videos, so I'm sure some of them will be of me masturbating. Then me masturbating to me masturbating. That's a 3-way for whoever's watching this with me. You know
Right.
what I mean? But a
Yeah.
3-way with 2 G's.
Are
You
you
know what I mean?
so good at it? You're confident that it will get you into heaven?
I think Jesus would say, I'm definitely picking up some pointers here. Or God. God would go, oh, I invented all this, and I didn't even know about that. I go, it's not that you never thought of it. It's that you'd be too embarrassed to try. And you shouldn't be. It's
Right.
fun. Explore your body.
And
I
you
am the
take
Christopher
risks,
Columbus
Greg.
of my body. I do. Get in there. We found some Native Americans once. What were you doing yesterday for free? That's how I am not a good interviewer, because that was my question to you.
I didn't even
What were
understand the
you
question.
doing? What I said was, what were you doing yesterday for free? That is just me grabbing words and throwing them at you because I didn't know what to say.
It's in complete sentences. Greg, I'll tell you
It's like
what,
AI wrote a podcast. Sorry, what?
I'm headed to Florida, so I'm going to be on a beach tomorrow night. So I'm psyched. I'm really psyched.
What place are you going to in Florida? Destin? They've got white sands.
I'm going to Boynton Beach to see my
Oh, you
mother,
said this. Right.
and Meisner Park, Boca Raton. I'm doing a show Friday night.
What's cooking at Boca Raton? My aunt lives there. She's the best.
Yeah,
I'll
well,
send
I'll
her.
stop by, check on her for you if you
You should.
want,
Where are
Greg.
you performing? Can I have her come see you? She's a
Yeah.
maniac and she'll heckle you, but you'll love her.
No, she won't because you'll tell her not to.
I will, but she won't listen.
She plays by
She's
her own rules.
plays by her own rules. Plays. Let me tell you, true thing my aunt said to me once. I was single at the time. She points at my cousin. She goes, "Why are you single? Why are you two single? You should get married." She threw the suggestion that I should marry my first cousin Marie. That's the kind of woman that plays by her own rules.
Yeah.
New York City living.
She's from New York and then moved to Boynton.
Yeah, she's an old classic Bronx Italian. She
Wow.
reminds me of Linda Richmond for like with coffee talk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's
Did
crazy.
she marry her first cousin? Is that how they do it in your family?
No, she
Your
married Joe
family is
Cohen.
all just porn?
This is like crazy that you bring my family into this.
All right. Well, no, you brought your family into it, Greg. Don't
you know
make
why.
me feel awkward now.
Because you're in Chicago and you know I can't wring your neck over Zoom. You're looking for a good neck wringing. I'll wring your neck.
Greg, would you take me out if you were paid by another podcast?
I'll take you out to the beautiful Cheesecake Factory.
Greg, I'm serious. If you were hired by one of these bigger podcasts to take me out, and then they would bring you into their podcast, but you had to kill me, would you do it? Would you consider it? And you're a guy with a family.
It's a fun joke to say I would, but even in the world of laughter, I won't play that character.
You won't turn on a fellow rascal?
Hell no, not for $1 million, not for $1. Some people like to go with the bigger number second. I like to go with the also not $1 too. Like I'm pretty sure that's clear, but not for $1 million, not for $7. No way in hell.
I'm gonna be in Florida, and then I'm coming back to actually, I'm flying back on that Sunday, and then I'm going to Atlantic City for 3 days.
Well, let me ask you this, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but let's get your answer. If the Cumtown boys said, "Hey, wring Old Stone's neck for some hot Patreon chat money," would you do it? Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. I'm deciding.
Right.
No, I would not turn on Greg Stone. You don't turn on Greg Stone. You don't turn on a fellow brother.
No way. You know who I would
Especially
turn on?
Stavros and those guys. There's Greeks. They're from Baltimore. You know, I don't want to get mixed up in that. I don't need to take that kind of money.
As Katie Hannigan would say, that's a dirty soup. You can't eat that. That's a dirty soup.
Greg, she doesn't say that.
she
doesn't say it.
You don't know.
Greg. I do know. I live with her. I know.
You hear every word she says?
She makes.
Maybe she doesn't even say the words in that order. Maybe just in her life she said the words dirty and soup. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? Who cares?
All right. Well, she makes it
through this whole podcast. We're doing a pretty good job. He's about to wake up soon, I think.
You just jinxed it. Do you do that? Do you jinx it?
I think I might have. Look at him.
Baby monitor. Wow.
His head's bopping a little bit.
Right. Yeah. You got him on black and white. What convenience store did you steal that from?
The one your mom works at, of course.
Okay.
I didn't want to do it, but what am I going to do?
No, you didn't want to do it. It was already out of your mouth before you said it. You know what? You're the kind of guy, if you commit a crime, Greg, never defend yourself. Never defend yourself. Stuff is just going to come out of your mouth before you can even catch it.
I don't know why I killed Richard Blake. You got me.
Yeah. You were actually probably the white during the Jussie Smollett trial, the actual white.
The white guy?
Yeah, the white that they were talking about, that he was talking about, that no one believes exists. You were that white, the MAGA white.
Should I take credit for it, for some Podglass publicity?
Yeah, I think you should, because they'll be like, oh, here's another actor willing to step up and improv this trial to a successful completion. That's what actors do.
Vec. Can I call you Vec?
Yes.
You think we'd get some heat?
Yes.
Is the Smollett case still cooking? If I kick the courtroom doors in and I go, hold the presses, Your Honor, I'm the white. And then everyone go, oh. And then I walk up and I go, I was the white who said, I hate you, Smollett, and I don't like the look on your face. Sour face.
Yeah.
I have to learn more about the case, maybe. I don't know.
Right. You should learn more about the case. But I like the kicking the door open and then go, did somebody order a white? do it like somebody ordered lunch, Greg. Kick the door in that way.
That's funny.
It might get us downloads. And I think that's what this is really about, downloads.
And then on the Patreon, we say, on the Patreon, we'll tell you whether or not I'm lying. So people have to subscribe. And okay, can I read some of this?
Well, is that Calvin tweeting you?
These were notes I took. These aren't notes. These are just things I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
I forgot to tell you. This is just a thing. I don't know if you do this, but I have notes for jokes and I have notes for things I want to tell my friends.
I don't have notes for things I want to tell my friends. I just have notes for jokes.
Oh, this is a note for a funny thing that happened.
Funny little thing that happened?
A funny little niblet. What are you looking at? It's
I'm looking at
distracting,
mine.
but I
I'm
was
looking at
just
my notes
doing it
now.
too. So how could I call the kettle black? Call the tea kettle black. You're
The
black.
pot.
Call the pot black. They call the pot green. Most pots green. But this was kind of funny. I put some porno on my phone. I hit play
Yeah.
and note, always turn your Bluetooth off. It played through my wireless Bluetooth speaker in the baby's room, and it made the baby cry. Yeah. So porn, just because I hit play,
Yeah.
porno blasted into the room over. My wife went, huh? And the baby started crying. And I went, oh, sorry.
Well, you know what I
Always turn
take
your
from it,
Bluetooth
Greg?
off.
Honest
What?
assessment, your baby's an
Mhm.
incel.
I think so. He's definitely a
Your
virgin
baby's
for
an
real.
incel. That's what it means to me.
Or a coward.
I was
Coward.
I was on the street. Greg, I got my ear to the streets.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a comfortable home the way that you have with a family, so I got my
Mm-hmm.
ear to the streets. And there was this guy. He was walking down the street. I love loud phone conversations. I
Mm-hmm.
love them. In New York, there's a lot of them. People who are over dramatic on their phones in public. I love that.
Yeah. This is me. So
So,
you love me.
all right, is that what you do, Greg?
Yep. Oh,
This
shit.
guy was on the street and he was just screaming, "I don't care. I don't care," into his phone. "I don't care. I don't
Oh, no.
care." And you know what that says to me, just an innocent
What?
bystander? He cares. He cares a lot. There's no way
He
he
cares a
doesn't
lot.
care because he's screaming into it. He's putting so much emotion into it to convince this other person that he doesn't care. He really does care.
More
He
than most.
does.
I hate to take a commercial break, but I got to go get our guest because he's in the green room and he is screaming.
Okay.
Cut to a break. Cut to commercial.
Mike, are you going to cut this?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this out.
Okay.
We can end this episode when he gets back and just go to the Patreon part.
Okay. Patreon is 30 minutes.
Yeah. Let's do what we can. I mean, as long as we have something to put out with it. 20 to 30, I think is good.
I mean, we gotta start preparing for these episodes more. I think I'm
Yeah.
lost. Are you serious? I'm having a good time too, but I think we should be talking about like
I don't know.
I'll do it. I got to have an outline or something.
Can you guys hear me still?
It's faint, but
Okay, Bubba. Don't be sad. I could do both. Hey, Mike. I'm back. How's this?
that's better when you talk into it like that.
Oh.
Aw.
Oh, what a little. So, I think this works. You can't see his face. Oh boy. I'm sorry, buddy. Not having a good time today. Oh boy. We can just continue the podcast. No, this isn't funny.
I was gonna say let's end the episode. We can do the Patreon.
Oh, okay. I heard you in here. I got my Bluetooth.
Oh, cool.
Say hi to Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike's. My two Mikes. Yeah, he's good. I just gotta give him his little food here. It's no rigatonis. So, Mike Vecchione, how you doing?
Can we hear him, Mike?
It's really low.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing today? How's this?
Oh, that's good.
Works.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
All right.
We're back.
My
Greg,
earpiece just
you want to
fell.
introduce the guest?
Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest, he is 50% Italian, 50% dirty. Calvinucci. How you
Galvanucci.
doing, bud? Keep
He's
eating.
eating, boy.
He's eating. Crap.
He's eating pretty good. Now, Greg, is Calvin seems like he's high maintenance. Is he high maintenance?
What's high maintenance? I mean, he eats every 2 hours.
Yeah.
And if you don't listen, he screams immediately. He will scream in your face if you don't give him exactly what he wants.
That's amazing. That's amazing. He's basically a Kardashian.
Yeah, all babies are Karens.
Yeah. All babies are Karens. That's a great point. Greg, I got to tell you this story about Will. You know, our friend
So
Will.
Vince?
So Vince at the
Yeah,
cellar.
Will.
Okay, so Will texted me one day and he goes, "Hey, Mike, it's Will. Like I don't have his name in my phone." I go,
Yeah.
"I know it's you, Will." And he goes, "Yeah, in case you don't have my name in your contacts." And I go, "Will, I'm texting him this. I've known you for 20 years. Why would I not have your name in my contacts?" So I call him and I go,
Uh-huh.
What are you talking about, dude? I've known you for 20 years. We've been friends for this long. How do you not think that you've never had a different phone? I've never had a different phone. How is your name not in my contacts? He goes, the comedy kicks in and he goes, "Because I'm black." And I go, "Good point, Will." Um, I go,
What do you think of that one, Calvin?
I go, I go, "I do have your name in my contacts, Will, but it's in a segregated section of my phone." It got a pretty good laugh. And then I did Will and Cypher's show, and I told the joke on the show. It killed.
I think it was very funny. It's a little tricky to laugh. This might not be the best way to do it.
Oh, he's had enough. I mean, the podcast child services are going to take this baby from you, and they're going to award the baby to a more successful podcast.
Stavros is going to take my kid.
Stavros, Chris D, the We Might Be Drunk guys, Tuesdays with Stories.
I don't think those podcasts are doing better than this.
I think they
They
are.
might exist.
I think
Well,
they
that's
exist
because
on
I
a high
don't
level,
promote.
and I think that yeah, you
And then I promote.
You promote, and then you don't promote, and then you promote again, and it's like you playing by your own rules.
Let's just pool our money. Let's put 50 grand in a promotion this week. What do you think? All or nothing?
Yeah, in a promotion, I think it would be better if you taught your baby to do magic. Like if your baby could do magic or something, or like high level math or cook, or something like that, then we could get famous off of him on Patreon. I think we should start looking in that direction. Greg.
I'm going to be honest with you, Mike. I love you more than I love definitely French fries, pizza, most people I know, being threatened by the law. But I don't know that I think I have to do this first. I don't think I can do the podcast currently. I hate to cancel on you again. But we could do, I would do another one of these tomorrow for the Patreon. Over Zoom is easy.
Yeah.
But let's
do it over Zoom. Let's do it
without
over
a mic
Zoom.
stand. This is impossible.
Okay, so I don't want to take food out of your baby's mouth, literally.
Watch.
Calvin looks like he needs to eat.
Yeah, I just
Calvin
took food out of his mouth.
Calvin might be the sweetest boy alive.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He's staring at you right now. He's staring at you.
Yeah. He's staring at our subscribers. Right now, guys, Greg is feeding his baby on the podcast. Give a little or be a full member. Be a full member of the Macaroni Rascals, or, the envelope is a little light. Either way, we appreciate your contributions and being part of this. The Macaroni Rascals.
Mac out. Wait, is that you're ending it, or are we talking about?
No, I'm saying we're winding it down. Are you ready to say goodbye, Greg? And then we'll do a bonus episode. We'll do a bonus episode and we'll schedule it. But right now, Calvin needs to eat. Baby need to eat.
Baby gotta eat. Baby gotta eat.
Baby gotta eat. So thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to all the Patreon subscribers, full members, half members. We appreciate you guys, and keep supporting. And we'll be back with bonus content for Mike Vecchione, for Greg Stone, for the very hungry and talented Calvin Ooch. We're playing by our own rules. and we love you guys.
Okay. So later this week when you guys are situated.
Yeah, I'm good to go. I just, especially if we're doing a short one for Patreon, I could do it. And if we're doing it on Zoom, it's so easy. I can just pop over.
Yeah, I could do it. I'm flying in, and I have nothing tomorrow night. I could do tomorrow night.
Okay.
Tomorrow
Sorry
night's
about
good
that.
for me too.
You guys have spots?
Not tomorrow.
I have to look, but I think I'm clean.
Okay. All right. Well, let's
Great.
talk over. Let's talk over